What if I told you there's an ancient secret to unshakable calm in a world that never stops throwing curveballs? Imagine having an inner fortress so strong that anxiety, stress, and external chaos simply can't breach its walls. Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're not just talking about philosophy, we're unlocking a 2,000-year-old operating system for your mind called Stoicism. This isn't dusty theory. It's a practical blueprint for building incredible inner strength, finding genuine peace, and mastering your emotions, no matter what modern life throws your way. Stick with us, because by the end of this deep dive, you'll have the exact tools to start constructing your own mental stronghold. If you're ready to reclaim your peace, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. You won't want to miss what's next. Ever feel like you're constantly reacting to life, instead of living it on your own terms? Are you tired of feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or at the mercy of circumstances beyond your control? Here's the shocking truth: the answers to these intensely modern struggles were discovered thousands of years ago. A group of brilliant thinkers, the Stoics, developed a philosophy that acts as a mental superpower, a way to remain calm, purposeful, and resilient even when your world is shaking. It's not about ignoring reality, it's about conquering your internal response to it. Prepare to see how this ancient wisdom can become your most powerful tool for thriving in the 21st century. Let's bust a common myth right now: Stoicism is not about being a robot, devoid of feeling. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Most people picture a cold, indifferent person when they hear Stoic, but that couldn't be further from the truth. True Stoicism is about profound emotional intelligence, understanding your feelings, mastering your reactions, and preventing destructive emotions from hijacking your life. At its core, Stoicism empowers you to differentiate between what you absolutely can control and what you absolutely cannot. This powerful concept, the dichotomy of control, isn't just a fancy phrase, it's the ultimate liberation. Imagine focusing all your energy on what truly matters: your thoughts, your actions, your character, and letting go of everything else. How much stress would that remove from your life? So, how does this ancient system actually work? At its heart, Stoicism is a radical call to virtue. Think of it as a master key to happiness. The Stoics didn't believe happiness came from external things like wealth or fame. They argued it arose from living a life of profound integrity, guided by wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. These aren't just feel-good words, they're actionable principles for every single decision you make. Then there's reason. The Stoics believed your greatest power lies in your ability to think clearly, to analyze, and to make rational choices, overriding impulsive reactions. And finally, living in accordance with nature means embracing the universal order, accepting reality as it is, and understanding your place within it. It's about finding harmony with the flow of existence, not fighting against the current. Key figures of Stoicism: meet your ancient guide Zeno of Citium, the founder who started it all. Every great movement has a spark, and for Stoicism, that spark was a shipwreck. Imagine this: around 300 BC, a prosperous merchant named Zeno of Citium lost everything he owned in a devastating maritime disaster near Athens. Most people would despair, but Zeno saw an opportunity. He walked into a bookstore, discovered the wisdom of Socrates, and was so captivated that he vowed to find a philosopher who could teach him to live such a life. From a literal shipwreck of his old life, Zeno built a philosophy that would last millennia, teaching from a public porch, the Stoic, giving this powerful school of thought its timeless name. He laid the foundation, emphasizing that true good comes from living in alignment with wisdom and virtue. Seneca the Younger, the philosopher, playwright, and advisor. Now, fast forward to ancient Rome, where one of the most eloquent Stoics lived a life steeped in both power and peril, Lucius Annaeus Seneca. He was a brilliant playwright, a powerful statesman, and even the advisor to the notoriously volatile Emperor Nero. Talk about living in a pressure cooker. Despite immense wealth and political intrigue that could crush anyone, Seneca consistently challenged himself to live by Stoic principles. His Letters from a Stoic are like receiving life-changing advice from a wise, battle-tested mentor, revealing insights on how to handle anger, grief, wealth's temptations, and even face death with dignity. He taught us that true freedom isn't about what you have, but about how you think. Epictetus, the former slave who taught freedom. Prepare to be inspired by a man who started life with nothing but endured profound suffering, yet emerged as one of Stoicism's most powerful voices, Epictetus. Born into slavery, he eventually gained his freedom and taught a philosophy that focused relentlessly on inner freedom. How could a former slave teach freedom? Because he understood that while external forces can control your body, your mind, and your judgments are eternally free. His profound teachings, captured in the Discourses and the Enchiridion, are pure, unadulterated Stoic wisdom. Epictetus lived simply, owned little, and proved that true power doesn't come from your status, but from your unwavering control over your internal world. Marcus Aurelius, the Emperor-Philosopher king. Finally, imagine holding the weight of the known world on your shoulders. Battling barbarian invasions, surviving plagues, navigating ruthless politics, that was the daily reality for Marcus Aurelius, one of Rome's greatest emperors. Yet, every night, he would retreat to his inner world, meticulously recording his thoughts and reminders in what we now know as his Meditations. This isn't a formal philosophical textbook. It's a raw, intimate glimpse into the mind of a leader striving for virtue, resilience, and wisdom amidst unimaginable pressure. Reading Marcus Aurelius is like sitting beside him, learning how even an emperor wrestled with the same anxieties and challenges we face today, but with a Stoic's unwavering resolve. Overcoming emotions, the Stoic approach to inner peace. The problem with unchecked emotions, why we suffer. So, here's the burning question: how do these ancient masters help us tackle the emotional roller coasters of modern life? The Stoics hit on a profound truth: much of our suffering isn't caused by events themselves, but by our interpretations and reactions to them. Think about it. When anger, fear, or anxiety take over, they literally hijack your brain, making you say or do things you instantly regret. They consume you, dictate your choices, and steal your peace. The Stoics weren't saying, "Don't feel," they were saying, "Don't let your feelings control you." They understood that while emotions are natural, your relationship with them can either be your greatest strength or your most relentless tormentor. It's time to change that relationship. Ready for your first practical step towards emotional mastery? It starts with radical self-awareness. You need to become a detective of your own mind. What are those subtle, or not so subtle, triggers that send your emotions spiraling? Is it a critical comment? Unexpected uncertainty? The irritating habits of someone else? By shining a spotlight on these triggers, you gain incredible power. You can anticipate them, prepare for them, and stop being blindsided. Grab a journal, or just make a mental note. What happened right before that surge of negativity? What was your very first thought? This conscious observation is the secret to taking back control. Want a mental superpower that makes you virtually immune to emotional shock? The Stoics called it Praemeditatio Malorum, or the premeditation of adversity. This isn't about being gloomy or expecting the worst, it's about being unshakably prepared. Before a big meeting, a difficult conversation, or any potentially challenging event, mentally rehearse the worst-case scenario. Imagine what could go wrong, how you might feel, and how you would respond with total composure. By living through the bad in your mind beforehand, you strip it of its power. When the actual event happens, you're not shocked, you're not emotionally reactive, you're ready, having already built your mental defenses. Here's a counterintuitive secret to profound gratitude and contentment: regularly imagine losing everything you cherish. This is negative visualization. Before you recoil, understand this isn't about dwelling on negativity, it's about unlocking immense appreciation. Picture losing your health, your loved ones, your possessions, your comfort. The startling truth is that by contemplating their absence, you realize how incredibly valuable they are right now. This practice not only deepens your gratitude for your current blessings but also mentally prepares you for life's inevitable losses, softening the blow if and when they occur. It transforms taking things for granted into cherishing every moment. Ever feel like your problems are crushing you, consuming your entire world? That's because you're too close. The Stoics had a brilliant antidote: the view from above, or Summa Contemplatio. When emotions threaten to overwhelm, mentally zoom out. Imagine looking down from the ceiling, then from your rooftop, then from space, seeing your city, your country, the entire planet. From this cosmic vantage point, your infuriating traffic jam, your minor argument, your looming deadline, they shrink into insignificance. This powerful technique instantly reframes your problems, giving you perspective and a profound sense of calm. Most things just aren't worth losing your peace over when you see them against the vastness of the universe. Ready for the ultimate truth bomb about your emotions? Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The Stoics went deeper, asserting that our emotions aren't caused by external events, but by our judgments about those events. Someone insults you? It's not the insult itself making you angry, it's your judgment that it's an intolerable offense. Lost your job? It's not the job loss, but your judgment that it's an absolute catastrophe. The superpower here is to relentlessly challenge these automatic, often irrational, judgments. Ask yourself, is this truly bad, or am I just perceiving it as bad? By questioning your judgments, you dismantle the emotional trigger before it even fires. Practicing the dichotomy of control, where to focus your energy. If you learn nothing else from Stoicism today, learn this: the dichotomy of control is your ultimate energy-saving hack. Constantly ask yourself, is this within my control, or outside my control? Within your control, your thoughts, your actions, your reactions, your judgments, your character, your effort. Outside your control, other people's opinions, the weather, past events, future events, your health, largely. External circumstances, luck. By ruthlessly filtering everything through this lens, you stop wasting precious mental and emotional energy on what you cannot change, and pour it all into what you can. This isn't just theory, it's instant stress reduction and a direct path to inner power. The morning and evening routine, bookending your day with Stoicism. Want to consistently build your inner fortress? The Stoics' new routines were key. Start your day with a powerful morning ritual. Before the world wakes up, mentally prepare for the day's challenges. What virtues will you practice? Where might you be tested? Remind yourself to focus only on what's within your control. Then, in the evening, before bed, review your day like a Stoic CEO. Where did you excel? Where did you stumble emotionally? What could you do better tomorrow? This consistent self-assessment, a form of journaling, is your personal growth engine, ensuring every day is a step towards mastery. Amour Fati, loving your fate. Here's a radical idea: what if you didn't just accept everything that happens to you, but actually loved it? This is Amour Fati, love of fate. It's not passive resignation, it's an active, joyous affirmation of every single event in your life, good or bad, as part of your unique journey. Instead of wishing things were different, you say, this happened. How can I make the absolute best of it? How can this make me stronger, wiser, more compassionate. This profound acceptance transforms adversity into opportunity, and instantly dissolves the emotional agony of resisting reality. It's the ultimate secret to finding peace even in chaos. Memento Mori, remembering your mortality. Thinking about death might seem morbid, but for the Stoics, Memento Mori, remember that you must die, was a powerful catalyst for living a truly meaningful life. It's not about dwelling on the end, it's about sharpening your focus on the now. By contemplating your finite time, you immediately gain perspective on what truly matters. Petty grievances fade. Procrastination loses its appeal. You're reminded that external possessions are fleeting, and the only things that truly belong to you are your character, your actions, and your present moment. This awareness empowers you to live with purpose, urgency, and profound gratitude. Stoicism in modern life, practical applications. Dealing with stress and anxiety in a fast-paced world. Feeling the crushing weight of modern stress and anxiety? Stoicism isn't just ancient philosophy, it's your personal antidote to today's relentless pace. The constant notifications, the endless news cycle, the pressure to perform, it's a recipe for overwhelm. But with the dichotomy of control, you gain an immediate superpower. Stop worrying about global events you can't change, or what strangers think of your latest post. Focus only on your immediate actions, your effort, and your internal response. When stress mounts, take a breath, pinpoint the cause, and then ask, is this truly within my control? Most of the time, the event isn't, but your reaction to it always is. That's your leverage. Navigating relationships, managing expectations and conflict. Relationships, from family to colleagues, can be a minefield of emotional friction. But what if you could navigate them with grace and less heartache? Stoicism teaches a radical truth: you cannot control other people. They will act based on their beliefs, their judgments, and their desires. Instead of getting angry or disappointed when others don't meet your expectations, focus your energy on what you can control, your empathy. Seek to understand their perspective. Your communication, express your needs clearly, without blame. Your acceptance, let go of the need for them to be different. This isn't passivity, it's proactive peace-building that reduces endless cycles of frustration. Facing setbacks and failures, resilience in action. Who hasn't faced a devastating setback, a failed project, a rejection, a dream that crumbled? While these moments can feel like personal failures, the Stoics offer a profoundly empowering reframe: they are opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every single obstacle, every perceived failure, is actually an invitation to practice courage, wisdom, and ingenious problem-solving. Stop dwelling on the "why me?" and ask instead, what can I learn from this? How can this experience make me stronger, smarter, or more virtuous? This mindset transforms you from victim to victor. Cultivating gratitude and contentment in a consumerist society. Are you constantly chasing the next big thing, convinced that true happiness lies just beyond the next purchase or achievement? Our consumerist society constantly tells us, more is better, but the Stoics knew this path leads to endless discontent. They taught us to find inner wealth and profound contentment right where we are. By regularly practicing negative visualization, imagining losing what you have, you cultivate a deep, vibrant appreciation for your current blessings. By focusing on virtue and living in harmony with nature, you discover that true joy isn't found in fleeting acquisitions, but in the enduring richness of your character and the tranquility of a well-lived life. Making decisions and taking action with clarity. Ever feel paralyzed by indecision, terrified of making the wrong choice? The Stoic emphasis on reason and the dichotomy of control is your ultimate decision-making framework. When faced with a big choice, ruthlessly separate what's within your control, your research, your effort, the decision itself, from what's outside, the ultimate outcome, how others react. Make the most rational, virtuous decision based on your values, give it your absolute best effort, and then calmly accept whatever unfolds. This approach removes the paralyzing fear of unpredictable results, allowing you to act with clarity, integrity, and profound peace. Building character and integrity, your inner compass. Ultimately, what are you truly building with Stoicism? You're not becoming an emotionless robot, you're forging the best version of yourself. This philosophy is a dynamic system for building an internal compass, an unshakable integrity that guides you through life's wildest storms. By consistently applying these principles, you construct an inner fortress so robust that no external circumstance, no insult, no setback, can truly breach its walls. You shed dependence on fleeting pleasures and external validation, choosing instead to be guided by your own unwavering moral compass and profound inner tranquility. This, my friends, is the definition of true freedom and strength. Embracing impermanence, finding peace in change. Here's a universal truth that can either cause immense suffering or profound peace: life is constant change. We resist it, we cling to what's familiar, and that resistance is often the root of our pain. Stoicism teaches us to embrace impermanence. Everything is in flux: people, circumstances, even our own bodies. By accepting that nothing lasts forever, you learn to cherish the present moment more deeply and suffer less when things inevitably shift or end. This isn't fatalism, it's aligning yourself with the fundamental flow of existence. It reminds you to appreciate what you have now and understand that loss is a natural part of the human experience, making you incredibly resilient to its inevitable shifts. The Stoic Journey, a lifelong practice. Here's the powerful truth about mastering Stoicism: it's not a finish line, it's a lifelong journey. You won't wake up tomorrow a perfectly serene Stoic sage, and that's perfectly okay. You will stumble, you will react, you will forget. The key is consistent effort, relentless self-reflection, and a deep commitment to applying these principles daily. Think of it like building physical strength. The more you exercise that muscle of Stoic thought, the stronger your inner fortress becomes. Dive into the texts, journal your insights, and most importantly, practice these lessons in the real world. Every challenge is a golden opportunity to learn, grow, and strengthen your resolve. Your inner fortress awaits. Start building today. So, there you have it, a deep dive into the profound, yet incredibly practical, world of Stoicism. From the founder Zeno, to the resilient slave Epictetus, the eloquent statesman Seneca, and the philosopher Emperor Marcus Aurelius, these timeless minds offer an unparalleled blueprint for cultivating inner peace, unshakable resilience, and ultimate emotional mastery in even the most chaotic of worlds. You don't need a toga or a Roman Empire to benefit from this wisdom. Start small, identify your triggers, practice the dichotomy of control, and begin building your inner fortress, one mindful, powerful step at a time. The incredible power to transform your life and master your emotions truly lies within you, waiting to be unleashed. Thank you and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey into Stoicism. I truly hope you feel inspired, equipped, and empowered with new tools to navigate your own life with greater calm and purpose. If you found this video valuable and insightful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Your support fuels more transformative content like this. Now, tell me in the comments below, what Stoic principle are you most excited to implement in your life today? Until next time, stay strong, stay wise, and keep building that magnificent inner fortress.